Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to another Massachusetts Central Radio Show. I'm your host, Mike Well, here on a Monday afternoon at about 4 o'clock. Told you guys I would do one. Don't mind the hat. This hat I got from Lime Rock. This is Tequila Patron Highcroft Racing. So I'm out here. During the daytime with my shades on and everything else like that. So I hope you guys enjoy looking at my transitional lenses. They're not cheap, but they keep my eyes shaded from the everlasting sun, and they also look cool at the same time. Um, so, so yeah, I'm out here enjoying the enjoying the breeze. It is a nippy 29 degrees out right now. So let me put you guys down here, and I can talk to you guys propped up. Hopefully that stays. So yeah, guys. So I'm out here currently. I'm just enjoying a nice coffee, stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to come to you guys from super chilly, um, super chilly Avon, Massachusetts. It's about 30 degrees out right now. Just having a nice iced coffee. I would have had a hot one, but it's feeling more like iced coffee. See, one funny thing I learned last year when I was working with my dad, Target doesn't give me out any hours. Back in the old days, back in memories, I want to repress. Thank you very much. Oh no, they were some memories of Target were good, some of them were bad, but some of them were just whatever. Um, my brother would get iced coffee, and my father would be like, "I don't know why your brother gets iced coffee." My father's like, "Your brother's crazy," when he gets coffee, iced coffee like that. Um, so yeah, I actually didn't lie. I did get a donut. I did get a coffee today, like I said in the last vlog, um, and stuff like that. So this is 70. I think this is 176, 170. I think this is 177. Um, I'm definitely going to produce one today, not tomorrow, Wednesday. Will be 170. 180 will be 180 will be well 180 will probably be over the weekend somewhere and stuff like that. But I definitely will be recording. It's good to record today, yesterday. I mean today and yesterday. So I'm going to get to a regular uploading schedule. And if I don't record something, I'm going to record live gameplay on the PS4. Unfortunately, I have to get my PSN account re-upped because I do not have that. And when I get a PSN card, when I get to a place where I can go to a gift store, I'm going to store for a gift card. I'm going to get like 6 months. Um, One thing that these lenses do, because they're gray, they actually make my coat look like I'm wearing a red coat, even though my lenses have a gray tint to them, so my coat will seem gray, or grayish red, even though my coat's black as the night. Actually looks like the coat I'd be wearing if I was at Target. Um, but enough about that. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to an uploading schedule. Things are going well at work, and I'm going fast, and I'm enjoying it. We had a bit of a scare on Saturday, as I told you guys in the last vlog, due to somebody accusing somebody. I just want to let you guys know um, that I kind of want to tell you guys, why it's kind of not shocking that now this is kind of a part two of kind of the Target days, what happened to April and I back in the day. So we got our friendship back. So back in December of 2018, we got our friendship back. We kind of shook on it and everything like that. But unbeknownst to me and doing some observing, the manager that split us apart, I was talking to one of the other managers, well, not one of the other managers, one of the other ATLs, and sort of changed his mind. Now, this guy I thought was going to be very good and was going to help her out. He's kind of old school. Unfortunately, he got poisoned by this ETL and began the fight of a lifetime. So transition from 2018 to 2019, and um, it didn't start off very well for both of us because my section was kind of shambles. It kind of needed a rework. Although Mike, my manager, Michael Brock, who was pretty damn good. He was kind of unconventional, kind of weird, but I kind of like unconventional and weird anyway. So, um, so it didn't start off well. I wasn't starting off so good, though I was just happy that I got my friendship back. And Mike kind of saw my work ethic and saw how I fought for April and stuff like that. So he says like, oh, I'm gonna give you 40 hours and all this stuff, yada yada yada. And if you ever want to take personal time and leave, just make sure you do it. He knew this is probably gonna be my last run, and he knew it was gonna be his. So it was either gonna be a make or break for both of us. So we actually did make it because both of us got to the end of December. Well, he left in late November, early December. He left in late November, early November. I think he left like 2 weeks before the holiday season started. Um, but yeah, so in December, so late December 2018, when I had everything all buttoned up, he kind of laid out a plan. Um, and then it came out early January that our numbers were off in market, and April had a cold. April had flu because she went to a wedding. She had a flu. She actually didn't answer back my New Year's text for a while, and I know what happens when that happens. I know something bad happens when that's not it. So she was going to return one day. She didn't return because she had a flu. She had the flu real bad. She actually had to. She took like 3 days. She actually took like 3 extra days after she was returned to recover. And even then, it wasn't enough. And then she had to call 2 days straight. And then I was, if you guys watch the vlogs and stuff like that, and to compound the issues, a week before I went on vacation, say I took a paid vacation, late January, while we were trying to reform everything, she actually busted her back, and that was a sign of trouble anyway. And I knew that was coming. But so what happened was our 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 general merchandise manager Paul and our specialty ETL Cheryl were commiserating and planning to get rid of her and stuff like that, make her miserable as possible, which you guys know me as a true gentleman, the hero of that store. I wasn't going to allow that to happen. So the whole week, I did what I did best. I soothed her, made sure she was okay, made sure she got restrictions so she didn't lift, so she didn't rest her back, made sure she did some register while that was happening. And Mike actually helped her out. Thank God. Mike LeBrecq was an amazing manager, so he kind of knew what she had, and he fought, and he respected that. But the other two didn't, and I kind of let things coast a little bit. I kind of had to. Now the reason why I couldn't make any moves or I couldn't do anything verbally or politically was because a lot of people, I believe, were trying to put things through, and Cheryl was absolutely Cheryl was tossing them down left and right, and then eventually she ran out of gas, and I said, "Ooh, so now April and I are two people. So we have two people with brilliant minds and one guy who thinks he has it all." The reason why Cheryl left was because, well, Paul had 18 years experience in the company and he had 22 years in the Army. So I knew this was going to be a big fight. She knew it was going to be a big fight. She knew she wasn't going to be able to get the guy directly. So we figured we'll perform, we'll do well, we'll get acclimated to the guy, we'll fight him, and then if it gets too much, one of us has to have a plan to fight. So, or distract him. So what happened was this. She actually screamed for hours, and I think like 2 days before, she came in when her hours were absolutely sucky, like she was getting like 16 hours, something like that. I actually ended up saying, I actually ended up speaking up, and she came in a day later, and I re-proposed a plan. I said, we're going to go all out. We're just going to do whatever we need to do. Long story short, we made sure that we kept our distance from each other, so no one knew it the wiser, and it actually did work because no one knew, aside from our ETLHR and a couple of people, and I think Mike at the time, while he was still in, knew this was happening. Other than that, Paul did not know this was happening. Cheryl did not know that Cheryl was gone. So I really didn't give a rat's behind. And I figured, since she drove the wedge between April and I in our friendship, if we could knock this guy out, take a little while, I could knock out two birds with one stone. And I told that to April, and I said, hey, Cheryl's part of all this, so we kind of take out two people, but that also meant twice the effort, so we need twice the manpower. But I also needed a separate market to where I could fight him, and she and I could just we kept our noses to the grindstone and stuff like that, and we kept our noses to the grindstone, but we also were able to not verbally fight him, but indirectly fight him, and it was hell because the people coming in and market weren't really all that great. Our setup wasn't really all that good, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, because the guy that was running it, Carlton, he was a nice guy, but he was always having trouble. And the other kid, I'm not going to name names. It was a real piece of work. He was a bit of an ass, but I figured, you know what, I can use the kid, and I can also play along with everything. So I had everything all knitted up. The only thing I didn't count for was how bad Paul was going to be towards April and I. And there were a lot of people seemed to turn on us and turn on me because I was helping her out. And a lot of people thought I was doing this to help her out. I wasn't doing this to help her out. A lot of people thought I was doing this because I was attracted. Unbeknownst to them, I already went to the movies with her once, so I don't really care. So I didn't pay mind to anybody like that. And it just sucked that people thought that. But hey, it was good cover because it threw people off the trail, and I was kind of smart like that. I did all that lovey-dovey stuff on purpose to throw people off. Helps to have a psychology degree. Hope Target's listening because you guys couldn't figure that out. So what ended up happening was Z got too much for her. A couple months go by. I think June, July, August. A couple months go by into our thing. April and I had a bunch of coming-togethers in May and March and April. So, and we kind of consolidated. She got used to me. I got used to the new her. And we started working together, and she started becoming all chummy again. And man, it was great. Because that's exactly, we just acted natural. But unfortunately, it started becoming a little much. So around September, October, I started playing around a little bit. And I think it was around this time that those idiots started to figure out just what game I was playing. So they would call me in once in a while because they would call me out once in a while. Yes, you did hear correctly. Saying they didn't need me and whatnot because they kind of knew what I was doing, and they wanted to emotionally knock me around. Plus I think they did some stuff to the guys I was working with in the market to kind of make my life harder. It did take a toll on me, unfortunately, for a bit, but it was all in the name to distract Paul. So, and then when they wanted me, and they was like, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that." They're talking now to me because, meanwhile, they're causing the trouble. Meanwhile, they're causing trouble. So I started to call out at some opportune times. Started playing around with them a little bit, and it worked because eventually it was too much for. Eventually, it was too much for him, and it became emotionally too much for me. So I got a lucky break in January, February when the hours went down. That's why I started working with my dad, so I was able to recover my mind a little bit, and I was able to get the patterns going. I remember Paul used to say, "Oh, buddy, I've seen the pattern here." I'm like, "You see a pattern, but you don't see the right one, bud. You don't see the right one." I knew corporate up there. I knew corporate kind of probably told him what to do with me, but me and her, but they're like, "Oh, they're just two misfits. They've had trouble in the past." If only these idiots at Target knew what I was doing. So, but long story short, um, long story short, he ended up fizzing out before we did. So, because last time I checked, April and I left under our own power. So, I think Paul was asked to leave, or he was voluntarily asked to walk because I think that was too much for him. So, I think he was just, it worked and great effort. And then our new manager started talking about dedicated business owners and accountability, and I'm sitting there and they're like, "Oh, you're such a burden," and everything like that. When they've been causing trouble the whole time, and I said, "Oh, accountability." So you guys talk about accountability. And I want to talk to you guys about accountability here. Accountability is they were kind of using it to cover up the tracks that they screwed up, but accountability, in my mind, means how you treat people and everything like that. Basically, what I was doing was a pinprick compared to what they were doing. So I was small time. I was basically trying to help a nice girl out and help the team out, get rid of some nasty people. Um, and I was like, "Oh, where's the accountability when April and I wanted it?" And it sucked. And then I said, "You know what? They're all going. They're all dying." So April and I did a game. We did what we needed to do. She actually ended up going. She actually ended up using coronavirus to be out a month. I actually ended up getting sick, and I ended up testing negative for a while, and it helped play into my favor because you know what? They want to play around with people. They want to be stupid. I can bust nuts if I want to as well because I'm ahead. If there's but I also remembered I took a lot of damage while I did this. I took a lot of big hits. Emotionally, I wasn't really happy, and it sucked to have to fight all that, and emotionally that weighed on me that I had to kill everybody. When you have to take somebody down, and you have to use all your energy just to teach people a lesson, it really drains the crap out of you. Being an empath is not an easy thing. You really, really, really kill yourself because you're draining all your energy and giving it to another. And then another person, April, is trying to give it back to me. And, we played off each other and we ended up knocking them down. And then I said, at one point, I said, I'm just going to get another job. I've done what I need to do. The pride's been shattered. I can leave. And that's when I joined Restaurant Depot. And that's when I told her about a month or two later that I got a new job, even though I had since June. She got a new job after I said, "Oh, hold your head up high," and stuff like that. And and everybody says like, "Oh, it was a little untruthful about the blah." As I've been saying, if you trespass on one of God's children or God's followers, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, you are eventually going to incur the wrath. As I said, that the wind blew very hard, so God is showing me that He's listening. Thank you, God. You do not trespass on God's people. Laugh your And I can remember one time when I actually he called me when Paul called me into the office. I actually had to haul him down like 5 times. I actually had to get our HR with. Here's a guy, 18 years, 22 years in the army, and I had to haul him down to talk to him. And all this guy could do was sit there and beat his chest and say, "Oh, I've got 18 years experience. It's pathetic that you're calling out," even though when they were calling me out, I'm like, I'm like, it's pathetic. I'm like, if this is what you have, if this is what you're gonna do, I'm like, you sir are an idiot. If you think I'm phased, I'm. It's just, and I sat there. I'm like, oh, so this is what. And I'm like, wow, this guy's a real moron. So I said, well, you know what, you're gonna die. So he was like sitting there. He thought this talking down stuff was gonna get me to go and do everything. They tried to weigh me down with stupid corrective actions. They put 3 on me to try to haul me down. Couldn't do anything. They put these 3. What corrective actions are is they put them on, and they voluntarily put these on my record. And what's the kicker is they gave me a final warning. Final warning. The last time I checked, that's something you got in grade school or preschool. Talk about talking down to people, make people feel like crap. It just goes to show how nasty they can be. And they're doing all of this, and I'm trying to help out an innocent girl, trying to live her life. So, long story short, she's got a new job. I got a new job. She's happy. I'm happy. She's able to help out her family. I'm able to help out my family. And I got my old self back. So, and also from my retirement money from them, I'm going to use that, my pension, which I'm not going to disclose the number, but I'm going to use that to invest in my future, and I'm going to use that severance pay to invest in my future and in my new sports car company, which I will do after I be with Tesla or some other company. Who knows what'll happen, but you know, just wanted to say that, folks, and everything like that. I hope you guys. So that's part 2 of all that. So, but yeah, guys. So that's the baloney that I had to go with, that I had to go through. I had to do a little underhanded work, but it was all for God's work, and it was all to get, teach them a lesson, not to screw with good people, and to not be a bunch of idiots. So, hope you guys learned something. And I've been here 22 minutes, so the wind's picking up a little bit. So I'm gonna head inside, not freeze my ears off. Enjoy the rest of my coffee. But I just want to let you guys know that there is somebody up there in the sky watching. You do good deeds, which I did for Target, and for my fellow team members, not for the corporation. It goes to show, if you bite the hand that helps you, and I helped those people out for 11 years. 11 years and 11 months. It doesn't pay to be ignorant and self-centered. Just because you have all that service, just because I have all that power, doesn't mean you can abuse it. So, or I will use my knowledge and I will turn it on you. So, sucks for them, but I had to do it because, I am one of God's soldiers, and I will teach everybody a lesson. So that's the reason why I pray every day. There's a reason why I pray to my friends. And that's the reason why I always pray for them to stay strong, and stay healthy, and stay great, because each and every one of them has a special gift. So because each one of them has their own unique set of personalities and their own rules. That's the reason why I love the human race, and I always have faith. And God agrees with that wind blow. Thank you. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. I'll upload this later tonight, and hope you guys learned something. And I just want to say, please do not do what I did. I had to do that because I had unique circumstances, and the reason why I did that is because I knew the territory. I knew everybody's mechanics, and I knew I could just teach them a lesson. That's what I had to do, and I did God's will, and I did God's work. So, and God helped me. God oversaw me through even though I couldn't stand any longer, He always picked me up, and He always kept me going. So, Everybody, this is Mike Camo for another vlog. God bless everybody. God bless this nation. Let's all stay strong. Long live our freedoms and our rights. Pray for my friends. Pray for all the souls out there that leave evil lost to natural causes, coronavirus. I'm talking for Nana Camo, Grandpa Dom, Joseph Dominicucci, Grandpa Dom, Grandpa Joe Dad, as we call them, also Josephine Vendetti, for giving me, for also teaching me, and also teaching maybe one of the sweetest girls I've ever known to teach me how to live life again and have fun again. Also pray for my friends, let them all stay strong, and God watch over them every single day, give them the grace and the power to overcome any obstacle, and give them the reason to live, every single one of them. So I'll pray for everybody, give God's power to look over that, and thank God that we have the power of nature to tell the story. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys later, and I'll probably shoot a vlog on Wednesday night. I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Don't you go away. I'll be back with another message. I don't know what time I'm going to do this, but I'll be back. Stay tuned for the next vlog on Wednesday night.